Hi, this is Chris Gill. I'm just gonna do an expose video. This is from the Ghostly Winds Liquor. Ghostly Winder Liquor talks to himself on Alt, and I thank him for sending me these screenshots. This was the day that Chris Gill doxed himself, and here are some of the screenshots that I'm going to be reading. From Ghostly Window Liquor tucks himself and Alt says, and I will be reading right now. Doing that was honestly a low IQ move. No offense, it's risky to put out public information to people online. It's dangerous on what people can do with information like that. Knowledge is power. It's how one uses it that makes you ask if they're wise or what you believe. Most people just say they are trash, disgusting, etc. Going back to Chris Gill saying, if it's your life, then who do you blame for your family members getting swatted by the fact the information to your location came from the channel itself that he recently deleted because of his sister that I will get to later in the other screenshots that Ghostly Window Liquor talks to himself when else has sent me. To your location came from you. Do you care for your family or own safety or the fact that you have a mental condition and disability? Now, Chris Gill replies eventually that it's his life and he can say and do whatever he likes, and this was his own YouTube channel. And his reason is apparently he gave his address because he knows they won't do anything, and he wanted to show people that they're lying about him. He's not afraid of them. Now, this is a very risky and very silly thing for this man to do because, one, he just put himself at risk. Two, everyone's already got his home address already all over YouTube, and he can't do anything about it now. And three, his sister already has informed this person that he already has a mental condition and learning disability and thinks that he can do whatever he likes. And he still addresses hate and can't take any criticisms and says that everybody lies when at the same time, this man hides a whole lot of things on Facebook from really bad jokes from racism, supporting Donald Trump when there was this one guy called Concar that he had an argument with about Donald Trump, and yet here he is also supporting Donald Trump and being hypocritical and contradictive and also lying to himself and everybody else around him. This is also from Ghostly Window Liquor talks himself on alts, also giving me more screenshots, trying to show some actual concern and support here by saying better keep them safe and sadly the video you deleted doesn't change anything, that your friends, trolls, and haters have copies of your deleted content and already know that the house that you live in, and again, whose fault is it really, mine or the creator of the YouTube account, taking a risk and not knowing the consequences beforehand. This is also Chris Gill telling Ghostly Window Liquor talks himself on else. Apparently, the person who was responding to him was his sister. And this is a reply to him saying that he can do whatever he likes and says, saying kind of goes both ways, doesn't it? I can't dictate what you can and can't do, disorder, or whatever issues you have. Please explain what you believe you're allowed to. I'm not the person throwing a YouTube video log saying, hey, everyone, this is where I live, with location, street address, and telling your friends to call the police on you. That's on your hands and not your family's fault. Not on your own family's safety than it is on me. Then Chris Gill starts trying to throw in the defense card, saying, first of all, he didn't lie about anything, and that's a lie himself because in life, nobody can actually tell the truth. We all lie about some things for our own general protection or other people's general protection or your own. And he says, secondly, a lot of people enjoy my YouTube videos, so I will not delete my channel. Thirdly, the trolls are trash, and yet he always says to everybody that they're trash and talks to people behind their backs, even when he blocks them or hides them from his channels so they can't comment on him, but he comments to them on other people's channels to bash them up, and to bash on them and harass them behind their back. I would appreciate if you did not contradict what I can or cannot do, which is funny because Chris Gill, this fake Chris Gill, keeps telling people and dictating people on his YouTube channel and what his friends, what other people can and can't do, and he dictates what everybody else can and can't do, which also makes him a hypocrite and a contradicted prick. This is Linda, his sister, that's telling Ghostly Window Liquor that gets the window liquor sent to me. Also saying, introducing the said mental condition and disorder that apparently she did not inform him what it could be. So this is him replying to her saying, "That bad, huh? Sadly, that's the internet." Since apparently she says that people on the internet are assholes, which is true, but at the same time, you kind of get what you gain from being an asshole back and replying and making things worse in terms of drama and hate anyway. Also, sorry to suggest this, a family member as yourself, but please keep an eye on your son's YouTube content. Need to be sure that there's no more issues and incidents that may happen here. And her sister did manage to get her brother to actually delete that. And this is a reply from before the last one I just read, which is like easy to see what's happening in this full of assholes. They target people who look and act differently. My brother has been told out his life. And at the same time, your brother targets other people from other content creators, from people who have different opinions on politics, different opinions on video games, how they play video games, how they act, how they behave, and yet at the same time, he doesn't reflect this on himself, and yet is friends with people who have already trolled and attacked him in the past, and yet he is friends with them for some bizarre reason, even though he does not address the trolls and the haters, and yet he is addressing the trolls and the haters. This is his sister again saying that the situation has been handled, but at the same time, the situation isn't being handled, and it's still going on to this day. Ghostly Window Liquor talking himself and else replies, "I hope so. I don't need people online calling the cops on your brother, even though the person has mistaken them for being her son, because they assumed that Linda was the mother of the said person, Chris Gill, the fake one. And I'm sorry if I came out as a threat when your son's video gave me a lot of concerns as well as questions." And this is her trying to sue Ghostly Window Liquor talking himself and else for defamation. When one, the person does not know where the person lives, so they can't file out the said lawsuit in general. And I get defamation is a serious issue, but again, just making sure your son doesn't accidentally put himself into more trouble, and have you throwing more lawsuits around that can do very little depending on the area we live in. Be with your son and keep him safe, please. That's all I ask. And this is her sister saying that mistakes or threats are being documented. Defamation encourages petty penny. Get off the page. And this is Ghostly Window Liquor talks himself else, replying saying, "What disorder is that? No offense to you, madam, but he needs to be careful on YouTube. Disorder, mental health reasons, or whatever your son has put himself and you at risk. I'm just informing you on you to be careful. Was that really a bad thing to do, Linda? To help you out and your son?" And this is about the information being thrown online, and if it's a threat, may I ask, why did Chris Gill also ask for someone to actually call the police on him? The question was not answered, but she did say that he has a mental disorder. Ask for someone to actually call the police on him. Doesn't make any sense, unless there's something he has done and he's not telling you about. And this is Linda getting very triggered and salty here, and she replies with, "He has a mental disorder, and you stay harassing him." That's not true. The person was actually asking him questions and trying to get into this, trying to understand the situation of why the person was letting himself dox himself and have his haters and trolls have his location, followed by the police just randomly calling him for no apparent reason. He was stressed and made a mistake. All threats are being documented. Defamation is a pretty penny. Get off his page. Now, is it defamation? No. Is it being concerned for a person that's trying to get himself doxxed and trying to put your family and himself at risk? Yes. So Ghostly Window Liquor talks himself and else replies again, saying, "Not a threat when he gave his information to everyone online. Your family member should be careful on what he says online. Otherwise, he'll be in more trouble than he, yourself, or others need to be in." Which is true. If you watch the video again, he says his home address and location. Giving out information like that to the public is dangerous. It's the internet. You, myself, and others have no idea what we as humans can do to each other with said information thrown online. Which is 100% true. This is Chris Gill the real Chris Gill, and I'll be signing out. Thank you for watching, and hopefully this fake Chris Gill, who already doxed himself and is already in a lot of trouble, will learn something about this. And I'd also like to thank Ghostly Winder Liquor Talks Himself on Elks for this information and proof that he has given to me. His link will be in the description below. Thank you very much, and goodbye.